Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy, TheKaneologist. As you can see now, I have a little bit more of my beard and mustache. That's how you know it's a busy week. I didn't even have time to shave. But I want to talk about the truth. The truth. People talk about consistency, discipline, fear, the urge to create, the drive, the passion. They talk about motivation and morning routines and all that shit. I'm just gonna be honest. For me, at least, for me speaking personally, it is absolutely none of that. It's none of that. I just don't have an off button. Right? It's 12:39 a.m. I slept yesterday at 4 a.m. Slept the day before at 4 a.m. Like, I just don't have an off button. It has nothing to do with any grandiose discipline or some like cool fancy trick or some study technique. I just can't turn it off. It's like an itch you can't scratch. And you keep trying, but the closer you think you're getting, the further away it is. And if you stop, it just bothers you. Because it's like, I have to scratch the itch, right? But you can never scratch it. It's like, it's insatiable. That's what I'm noticing. It's insatiable. But you get so used to it that you just end up continuing that. It becomes a habit of just like, okay, I've gone to the gym today. Now if I don't go to the gym, it has nothing to do with the fitness. It has nothing to do with my aesthetic. It has nothing to do, it just feels wrong not to go now that I've gone so many days in a row or so consistently. I haven't even planned for it. It's not a disciplined act. It's just, I was just trying to push that day. And that day became that week, and that week became that month, and that month became 5 years. I know. I sound like a crazy person. That's the other thing too. Like this whole like sleepless night thing. For me, I was just trying to stay afloat in university, like with my grades. This is just me to you. I'm just gonna tell you the honest truth. I wasn't the smartest guy in the class. I was getting maybe B's. I got A's, B's, some C's. I didn't get any D's though. But yeah, it's like more towards like a 3.0, a B average, you could say. I did electrical engineering for uni, but just to maintain that for me, I was staying up because I was working 25 hours a week at Home Depot, and my dad was there too. So like I had to show up for shifts, right? Otherwise, it'd just make my dad look weird. And yeah, I was just working, right? So I would get like maybe 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours a night, because I'd have to commute back and forth. So I'd sleep on the bus for like 40 minutes. Then I'd have to like figure out a way to study on top of working, and then hitting my quota per week. If you want to work 20 hours a week, that's what, roughly 3-4 hours a day. So that's how you keep your part-time. So yeah, it was rough. But it became a thing where I got so used to that roughness that, like, let's say there was a week, right? Like my average weeks now are like 60 hours, 70 hours, and that feels like a normal week for me. If I was to work a 40-hour week, just my regular 40 hours, and just clock out and do nothing after and just watch TV, like I physically can't. I can't relate to a person that does that at all. Like I just physically can't. I feel anxiety. I feel crippling anxiety. I feel like my life is fucked. I feel feel like I'm gonna lose my house and an apartment and my car, and I don't know why. It's like probably a figment of my imagination, and I know that shit's not gonna happen. But if I work anything less than like 60 hours a week, I feel fucking scared. I feel deathly afraid. And I think that's just, it's like PTSD almost. It's like you go through a certain period of like I would say hardship, but you push yourself. But that becomes your new standard. And it's like, fuck, if I don't even do this, like I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night. I feel like the whole day was wasted if I just go and watch TV, or if I just don't go to the gym, or if I skip a training, or if I, like, it bugs me severely. So yeah, it has nothing to do with discipline for me. It was just, I pushed, and that push state became my new resting state, and it keeps happening over and over and over. So it's like, yeah, I'm just rolling with it. This is who I am now. Like, this is who I am now. It's like I've hit a position where it's like it has nothing to do with discipline, hard work. It's just like, it's kind of like you breathing at this point. It's like, okay, do you think about breathing? Do you think about blinking when you, every single blink you take in the day? Are you like conscious? And if so, how many times? How many times do you take a breath in and out? Right? I don't know, because it's unconscious behavior for me. It's involuntary, right? It keeps doing it on its own. It's just kind of the pattern that's emerging with work. Not like work at my job. I'm talking about in life. Like, I have to do leak codes at night. I have to, like, work beyond my duties. Work beyond my duties is the correct phrasing. It's like I have to be doing shit beyond my duties. And yeah, it's strange. It's strange. It's strange because it's the only thing that feels right. I sound like a crazy person, I know. But that's my reality. That's my reality. It's like, keep going, but not from a place of motivation, discipline, or anything. It's just keep going because I don't have that off switch. Yeah. So, for those people asking about my motivations, this is basically the video. I have none. I'm just a train that keeps moving with momentum, and whether good things or bad things come, I'm still gonna keep doing my thing, right? Because all that other shit's out of my control, right? I can't tell you when a product's gonna pop off, whether I'm gonna be able to build something, whether my app's gonna be a success or failure, whether I'm gonna get demolished on the next leak code. I don't know. I wing it, and I just hope that everything I've built myself with, like all the skills and training I've dealt with now, have put me in a position to figure things out. So I'm going to end it with a quote from my mentor. And I'm not going to quote his name because I don't want to put his name out there without him knowing, obviously. So I'm just going to say it's my mentor, B.F. And his quote was, "You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your training." And that kind of stuck with me through the last 6 years since I got my first job. And even before that, my first engineering job, before that, when I got my first part-time job, like, yeah, that mentor was like all the way back then, maybe 10 years. I don't even know. I'm like 28 now. So, yeah. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your training. So I'd say train hard and make that your new baseline. Peace.